So, a lot of people have been asking us, how did we find love on the island?
Well, it really helps if you're lucky.
And you spot somebody across the way at the other fire, and you need fire, and so it's a great introduction, actually.
When I saw Laura's eyes lit by her own torch, I knew that she was the one for me.
Aw, that's so sweet.
It really didn't take long until we were together, and
It helped that I had food. It was really the food.
it's true. She's a
Yeah.
great hunter and gatherer. The hardest thing about the love life on the island, though, is the sand.
Yeah, yeah, it's not fun.
No.
It's very, very rough.
And it gets everywhere.
All right, Trevor, getting your first look at the new tribe. Julie voted out while you were gone. You've been staying up late. You've been strategizing for, this is what, week 3 now. So I'm sure the mental drain is getting to be a little bit taxing, but it's time to find out who's got the mental stamina to keep on fighting. We are going to do an Instagram memory challenge. I'm going to show you 3 photos consecutively. Each photo will be up for exactly 5 seconds. I will then ask you a question about a detail in one of those photos. If you get the answer right, you get a point. First person to 5 points, or the person who has the most points when we're out of questions, will win immunity and be safe from the next tribal vote. The first round of this challenge is underway. Okay, it moves pretty quick. Here's your question. How many people were wearing bags in the first photo? And lock in your answers. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. Show them to the camera. All right, Levi and Phil are correct. 4 people were wearing bags in that first photo. Levi and Phil off to a 1-point lead. Photo series number 2. Let me see your hands. All right, begin. Okay. What was the biggest phrase on the wall in the second photo? Lock them in. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. Let's see them. Before I die, which is the correct answer, that is, I've got Jenny, I've got Rob, I've got, I believe that's Laura. Yep. And I believe that's Trevor. We're on to photo series number 3. Let's see those hands, because I don't trust any of you. And begin. Okay. What was the color of the big flower in the first photo? And reveal your answers in 3, 2, 1. Let's see them. The correct answer was yellow. Rob, I need you to pull your thing up a little bit. I've got Jenny right, I've got Trevor right, I've got Phil right, and I've got Rob right. Moving on. Shannon, where are we at score-wise?
We have Trevor, Phil, Rob, and Jenny with 2, Laura and Levi with 1, and Audrey with none.
All right, we're playing to 5, and we're on to photo series number 4. Let's see those hands. And here we go. Begin. Okay. What word was spelled on the Scrabble board in the third photo? Reveal your answers in 3, 2, 1. Let's see them. The correct answer was inlet. I've got...
Hey, Sean.
There were 2 words on the board.
I believe
That's not correct.
visible words on the Scrabble board.
I saw wind and inlet.
Let me see here.
Wind.
Yeah.
You see it.
That's true. We'll count it. If you have wind or inlet, we'll allow it.
I thought about putting both.
I was also supposed to.
All right. We'll give everyone a point there. We have a bunch of people only 2 points away from locking up immunity here. We're on to photo series 5. Show me the hands. Trevor and Levi. Great. And begin. Okay. What was the color of the coffee mug in the second photo?
Protest that third picture.
Yeah, someone on the jury thought you might. Reveal your answers in 3, 2, 1. I'm looking for red. I've got everyone says red. Everyone gets a point. Shannon, once you get those points tallied, give us a quick rundown of where we stand.
All right, we have Trevor, Rob, Phil, and Jenny at 4. We have Laura and Levi at 3, and we have Audrey at 2.
We are on to photo series 6 and begin. Okay. What was the number letter combination in the middle of the slate board in the second photo? What was the number letter combination in the middle of the slate board in the second photo? I'll accept the number and the letter in either order, but both must be right. And reveal your answers in 3, 2, 1. Rob, you wrote 54A. That's not going to count. I've got 5A from Jenny, from Levi, from Phil, and from Trevor, and from Audrey. All right, so Shannon, where did we land here?
All right, we have Trevor, Phil, and Jenny all tied with 5.
All right, here is how this is going to work. Everyone else who doesn't have 5, that would be Rob, that would be Levi, and that would be Audrey. You are out of the challenge.
And Laura.
Oh, and Laura, thank you. You are out of the challenge. You can turn off your cameras. We're going to do a 3-round face-off. So whoever has the most after these 3 questions will win immunity. If there is still a tie, we will move on to a tiebreaker. And begin. Okay. How many coins were on Sammy's face in the first photo? Reveal your answers in 3, 2, 1. Reveal. Everyone's right. 5 coins. Everyone gets a point. Round 2. Begin. Okay. What kind of store was Claire standing in front of in the second photo? Reveal your answers in 3, 2, 1. And great. Farmer's market. Everyone's right. Last round, everyone still has an even shot at winning immunity this challenge. And begin. Okay. What city was depicted in the far left picture frame in the second photo? Reveal your answers in 3, 2, 1. Everyone's got it. San Francisco is correct. We are moving on to a final tiebreaker. I'm going to ask you for a number in seconds of how long you think Ashley lasted in the final round of the Redemption Island Challenge duel with Levi. That's the round where she was holding 2 ping pong balls on the book and standing on one leg. I need a number from you in seconds. Whoever gets closest to this number will win immunity and be safe from the next tribal vote. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. Hold them up here, hold them up. Phil has 47 seconds. Trevor has 75. And Jenny has 150. The correct answer for how long Ashley lasted in the final round of the Redemption Island duel was 65 seconds. So Trevor, with an answer of 75 seconds, wins immunity and is safe from the next tribal vote. It was awfully, awfully close. Phil with 47, you were right there, just a few seconds off. Looks like 18 seconds off. Trevor with 10. Jenny way missed the mark with 150. That was a really tight challenge that came down to the wire. Trevor wins his second individual immunity. And it's a really good thing he got it because our night is not finished. We are going to an instant tribal council starting right now. I want to take a brief moment here, though, to talk about the vote we just had, because what is a tribal council without a discussion about the prior vote? So Jenny, your name has come up quite a lot here. You got 3 votes today. You got 2 votes on the last vote. And now you're not immune. You must not be feeling too good right now.
I mean, I'm not surprised my name came up just because, I mean, Rob doesn't talk to me. I know that, like, Phil and I have been on the opposite of votes many a time. So, you know, and just kind of, like, based off, like, the immunity challenge from, like, Tuesday, I mean, I wasn't surprised.
So, but why do you think you keep getting votes? Like, I mean, to a degree, you might consider it a badge of honor. People consider you a threat, or you might consider it that people think you're an easy out. Which is it for you, and how do you perceive yourself within the game?
I mean, I think part of it probably has to do with, you know, the numbers when we, like, merged. Because, like, you know, like Rob keeps saying, the call strong. Like, I do think that there's, like, an element of truth in that. I think, like, you know, before we merged, like, both Eric and Ashley got voted out. So that definitely didn't help my situation. And so I think just, like, from, like, the original tribe standpoint, I was, like, on the wrong side of things.
Thank you, Jury, for returning. So Trevor, you felt the heat on that last vote, and you used your advantage, safety without power. And now you have immunity. I mean, man, if you didn't think you had a target on your back before, clearly you must feel that way now. Like, come on.
Well, Jeff, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely feels like the pressure's on. Before I was saying that it was a bit of luck. This really was. You know, I'm glad I have this immunity now because I might be kicking myself for using that item that I had earlier if I had squandered it.
Laura, how are you feeling? You're in an inverse position now. Your husband is back in a power position, and now you're the vulnerable one between the two of you. What do you think your prospects are for this vote?
Feels great, Jeff. Yeah, absolutely feels great. I hope that the allies that I made trust me and realize that with the last vote. But I don't know. It's a game. I get it. I understand that Trevor and I are, a couple, and that, muddles things a little bit.
Okay, so let's talk about the strategy behind this, because you all were given a clue that something like this was coming. Audrey, what has the strategy been like, let's say, especially today, as you kind of anticipate there's some kind of double vote coming? How do you do it? How do you plan for a second vote where you don't even know if you can count on someone to be a number after the first vote?
Let's just say, Jeff, that I'm going to create a burn book, and the first 2 pages are dedicated to both Jeffs for this. Like, y'all dropped it at 10 o'clock last night. That's so rude. Like, really rude. And they were like, time to not strategize anymore.
Still within the game window.
All day, just scrambling around. I was on a call, literally, I think maybe not even 5 minutes before this. Like, come on, man. And then you expect me to do a memory challenge? Come on.
This is Survivor. This is the game. This is you having to stay sharp. This is you having to outwit, outplay, and outlast everybody else. This is
This is Audrey damaging her liver because of this. Like, I am hitting the alcohol after this. I hope you're happy with yourself, Jeff.
Levi, you come back from Redemption Island. You don't even see your name in this last vote. You must be feeling good about having cemented yourself somewhere within this group of people now. Or do you think now you're the easy person to target because, hey, he just came back and there's a reason?
Well, thanks for that, Jeff. No, I did not feel the heat the first vote. I set out on the warpath to make connections with everybody. And like I said, I felt like I'd made friends in the right places. I think that last vote and this vote is a fantastic opportunity to use what I would call a free agent. Having been burned before, I can go where I please. And I think that the previous vote is cementing relationships, and this would go even farther to do so. You've got a loyal member here with fewer connections than some other people.
So you're just here like saying, hey, my vote's up for grabs if anyone wants it. Let me ask this. Are people like Discording right now while we're talking? Is there strategy happening like on Discord not that you can't do it, you totally can, but I'm just curious, like, are y'all talking in Discord as we're chatting about this?
Only a little bit. I think that everybody here saw the clue and read it exactly how you planned. I think the questions were, in what order is any particular thing going to go? And that's where the strategizing was getting really tough.
So Phil, what's your read? What are you basing this vote on?
The folks that I was chatting with interpreted the clue pretty accurately. We also had a plan in case there was a different format to 2 people being eliminated, but I am basing my vote based on the plan established with people that I trust.
Rob, how have you handled this? These are a lot of different scenarios to have to juggle. What's been your strategy? Do you think you survived this vote? You're also an easy person to say, hey, here we go. It's a whim. Let's just get Rob out now.
Sure, absolutely. And I think these new players have certainly showed that they're going after the big targets. So do I feel the pressure? Absolutely. But that's where I live. And the way that you get through that and you keep the anxiety at bay is having a plan. And then it's on to next week. So feeling good, Jeff.
Are you actually, though? Because as I'm looking at this tribe, and you mentioned how great the new players have done, It's 5-on-2. The jury is almost entirely returning players. It's almost entirely favorites, except for Ashley, who nearly battled her way back from redemption. Like, do you really feel that good about where you stand in this group of people? And what are you basing that optimism on?
I'm basing it on the optimism that most of the returners are gone. Those are people in previous seasons who didn't want to work with me. And I set out this season with a very different strategy in mind, playing a different game and forging new relationships with the new players. I realized you can't be a loose cannon. You've got to stick to a code of honor. So yeah, I'm happy. I mean, Krista would have been, if Krista was here right now, I would be worried. I'll tell you that much. Absolutely, I would be worried if Krista was here. So no, I am feeling good, and I do trust the people that I'm working with.
I'm going to throw it to the new players, the fans, as it were. How do you feel about Rob as a strategic partner? Is he someone you can count on? Is that actually something he's followed through with this season? Laura, I see you nodding. How do you feel about that?
As far as I'm concerned, Rob has been a great ally for me. And I have been a great ally for him for the most part. I think, just blindsiding him with the Krista vote. But other than that, I have, helped defend him numerous times. And so I feel that it's, paid off for him at the very least.
All right, Jenny, you've seen your name quite a lot. If it is you tonight, what does it say about the group of people that's still in the game?
Wait, I wanted to answer the last question.
Okay, sure, go for it.
Well, Rob has not made any effort to get to know me or talk strategy with me. And so, I think that he did a very similar thing to Ashley. And, I find that personally very rude. So I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
And so, if you want to know how I'm basing my vote tonight, it's probably based off who I dislike the most.
All right. Well, that's a spicy way to end what is probably going to be a spicy vote. It is time to vote. When I call your name, direct message me on Discord the name of the person you want voted out of this game. Phil, you're up first. All right, I'll tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to turn off their camera and extinguish their torch. I'll read the votes. First vote, Jenny. Phil. It's one vote, Jenny, one vote, Phil. Jenny. That's 2 votes, Jenny. Phil. We're tied. 2 votes, Jenny, 2 votes, Phil. Phil. It's 3 votes, Phil. The 7th person voted out of Survivor Fans versus Favorites and the 7th member of our jury, Phil. That's enough. You need to turn off your camera and extinguish your torch.
Great move. This was extremely fun. I appreciate playing with everybody here. Jeff's incredible job. Thank you to the audience. We haven't had this big of an audience in previous seasons, so it's been a pleasure to see a live chat, and feel like I left it all in the field, so I'm good. I appreciate it, guys.
Classy to the end. Phil, the tribe has spoken. Well, long day, 2 tribals, 1 challenge that came down to the very end. And now, finally, y'all can get some sleep. Grab your torches, head back to camp. Good night.
Well, that's that. Unfortunate ending. I got blindsided. It's 2 years in a row. I've gotten fully blindsided by people I trust. I think I made too heavy of a move trying to take out Trevor. It made sense to me. I thought it would make sense to Audrey as well, but I think pushed a little too hard and didn't work hard enough to get back in good graces with Laura and Audrey and Trevor so that I can make that move. Instead, I kind of pushed myself away a little bit. By my actions, I think I spent more time talking with other people in the game, and they noticed that. And then I think Audrey may have blown the whistle on me. I don't know for sure. There's a piece of me that's really glad that it's over, but I had a great time. I love the challenges. I don't love voting people out. And so I'm not going to miss having to make that decision. I'd rather it be me in some regards, but I also wish I could have won. So it's hard to put all those feelings together. This was just a really well-run season, and I was happy to be a part of it.